Thank you, devotees. Reading from 29 pages. Very famous shloka. Yo maam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyati. Tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyati. Yo maam. So Krishna is telling, whoever, yo maam pashyati, one who sees me. How to see Krishna? This is called realization of Krishna consciousness. So the reason why our love is baffled in this material world is because when we love one person, we have to hate someone else or love lesser someone else. Is it not? Because whomever we are loving is not the absolute truth. It is not the absolute truth. And because it is not the absolute truth, it is based on illusion, whatever we are loving. Actually, we are not even loving that person. That is another thing. Whomever we think we are loving, we are not loving, actually speaking. So all the I love you messages in this world are all false. Because it is not possible to love anyone other than Krishna. So Krishna consciousness, Bhagavatam does not say, your love is temporary alone. Okay? It doesn't stop there. It says, it is not possible to love anyone other than Krishna. Okay? And it is not possible to see something independent of Krishna. Such a vision, such a love doesn't at all exist in the first place. Now, always we must understand it on this platform, then we are safe. If you simply understand material world is temporary, suffering, that's all okay. But when we understand actually our vision itself is actually false, such a thing actually never exists at all, then it's a little, the matter gets a little serious now. Because we are not saying whatever you are experiencing is true, but it's temporary. Bhagavatam is not saying that, or Bhagavad Gita is not saying that. Whatever you're experiencing is completely illusory. The love, feelings of love I'm experiencing is actually coming from Krishna only. But I'm superimposing that love on something that I have made up in my mind. I have made up. This person is Akash. Who's Akash? Akash is a person with this body, with some hands like this, with some nails like this, with some eyes like this, with some mouth like this. So I've made up some form. I mean, there is a form for Akash. And I'm saying, basically, this form I'm going to call Akash. And I love Akash. And who's that Akash? I love his activities. I love his smiles. I love the way he walks. Fine. But what are those activities? Those activities are carried out by the modes of material nature. Those are not Akash's activities. First of all, he's not Akash. It's a name given to a form. And what are the activities of that form? Carried out by the modes. And who's under that influence? The soul. So when a person is saying, I love someone, I hate someone, I see this person, I don't see this person, I hate this person, I like this, all of that, we are simply associating. This is called realization of Krishna, right? Realization of Krishna means we have to understand what are his material energy and what is his material energy and what are its activities. So when we are saying, I love Akash, I hate Akash, we are loving or hating, we are reacting based on our modes. We have certain modes. And based on what I see outside, I react. And we take that reaction of the modes that are inherent within us to be our own feelings. You see what I'm saying? Also Krishna says, Prakritehe kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvashaha ahaṅkāra vimūಢātmā kartāham iti manya. Kriyamanani, prakritehe kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvashaha. He thinks everything that he's doing. So first of all, you must understand, it is not possible to love anyone other than Krishna. So we must be very convinced and we must doubt every other love. Not doubt, we must trace back. That is a better way to say it. We must trace back and philosophically understand that Krishna is the lovable object. Dhyeyam apadi, the gopis are saying. Now, Krishna in this shloka is telling, Yo maam pashyati sarvatra. So it's not that I love someone, he's there in a certain coordinate system in this world. No. This person, when we love, actually, he cannot be separated from anything. Krishna, everything is connected to Krishna. Because everything is connected to Krishna, A person who has realized Krishna must see him everywhere, because there is no existence of something that is independent of him. So one cannot say, I have realized Krishna, but if one has realized Krishna, one sees Krishna everywhere. That is what Krishna says, Yo maam pashyati sarvatra. Sarvatra. Just like if I say, I know the Ford CEO. Okay, but you're going to the Ford CEO, you're taking your friend to the Ford CEO's office, you're saying that. But where are you going? You're going to the, what do you say, the testing facility where the technicians are testing their cars. Then you're asking, you told me you know the Ford CEO, but why are you taking me to the test bench where the technicians are working? Then he says, this is the CEO. Then no, CEO doesn't work here. Maybe you don't know the CEO. You thought maybe someone else is the CEO, but this is not the CEO, right? So you would be doubtful. Similarly, someone says, I know Krishna. I'm a devotee of Krishna. It's all fine. But what do you see in your everyday life? How do you treat people? How do I react? Yeah. So how? So how do you react in this world? Okay. So am I reacting as this body, or am I reacting as a devotee? If you react as the body, in the idea that we are this body, then there is glory, there is hate, there is indifference, there is aversion, all of this, because we are reacting to this world as the body. But if we react to this world, if we react to people with the understanding that I am Krishna's and Krishna's mine, yo maam pashyati sarvatra. Okay, sarvatra, yo maam pashyati sarvatra. I'm seeing Krishna everywhere. And not just that, I'm seeing everything in Krishna. Like I gave this example a few days ago, right? So we are saying the pot is holding up some pot is holding some milk. So this is like saying sarvam cha mayi pashyati. Sarvam cha mayi pashyati means the milk is like the world and pot is like Krishna. So sarvam cha mayi, you're seeing everything within Krishna. You see the pot, milk within the pot. But Krishna is not just saying that, right? Krishna is saying that whatever I am, I'm also inside this world. I am inside this world and the world is inside me. Very difficult to understand, right? Krishna is also the greater of the greatest of the greatest. Anoraniyana mahato mahiyana. He is smaller than the smallest. He is bigger than he's so simple that he'll also come as a butter, stealing child, but he's so inexplicable that he cannot be found even if I try to split the atom into two. He's finer than the finest, and he's not so great that he cannot be finer than the finest. And he's not so fine that he cannot become, he cannot take the universal form. So simultaneously he is everything, and simultaneously he is smaller than the smallest, and yet he is beyond both of that. So how do we understand Krishna? Definitely not by understanding the material opposites, right? Sarvam cha mayi pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami, Krishna says. So if understands me in such an intimate way, not in a very shallow way, so while we are chanting only, we are not able to understand Krishna. We are not getting attached to Krishna. How unfortunate. But Krishna is saying, after chanting, you must be so nicely chanting that after chanting that I should see Krishna in every aspect of my everyday life. But how do I do that? I'm not even trying to connect to Krishna while I'm chanting his beautiful holy names. That's something very sad. I'm not able to relish Krishna's name. When I'm saying Krishna, when I'm saying Rama, I'm not able to connect to Krishna because I think Krishna is a material idea. I think there is something in this world that can be disconnected from Krishna, that is independent of Krishna. I think I'm independent of Krishna. So because of this illusion of thinking things are independent from Krishna, we tend to become interested in something else during our chanting. And so our chanting becomes very lackluster, and we are not able to take that connection beyond our chanting. The reason is I'm not connected during my chanting. So my chanting must be so intense, my hearing must be so intense. When I'm doing a non-devotional activity, I must be able to connect it to Krishna. I'm working in the office. I'm buying groceries. I am taking care of my children. I'm in non-devotee association. So what guarantees that I make advancement? Very simple. During direct devotional activities, I must see Krishna in the holy name. I must see Krishna's connection with everything in this world. So I'll stop here. Any questions or comments are welcome. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.